What is up, boys? Chris here from Slips.n.tipps, back for another NBA video. And in this video, I got my 5 favorite picks that I want to talk to you guys about for the NBA slate today. Now, if you're from the States, this is for the Friday night games. If you're from Australia like me, this is for the Saturday morning games. Yesterday was not pretty. It was 2-4, but it should have been a reverse sweep considering how the day was. It was just a gross day overall, and I don't really want to talk about it because the day before that was awesome. But today we can bounce back. There's a really nice slate of games on today. I've got 5 picks as well instead of my usual 4. So hopefully they all cash and we bounce back. Now, before we get into the picks, guys, quick plug. If you're new here, my name is Chris. I post free picks on Instagram and Telegram and obviously here on YouTube. So go and check out my Instagram, guys. It's free. It's public. I've got all my write-ups for every single pick I put out, not just the NBA. I've also got a Telegram group that's free, and I've got a Telegram exclusive every single day for the NBA, as well as extra parlays and multis that I chuck in throughout the day and even live bets. So Telegram is free, Instagram is free, YouTube is growing. Let's get back to hopefully 2K subs soon. And yeah, let's not waste any more time. Straight into the picks, guys. That's what we're here for. We want these picks to cash and bounce back from yesterday. So for my first one, I'm going with CJ McCollum from the Pelicans to go over 17.5 points. He's done this in 3 of his last 4 games. And the game that he missed, by the way, it was 14 minutes against the Heat, where he only got like 2 points. It was a shortened game for him. But the stats are the stats. He's hit this in 3 of his last 4, as well as 3 of his last 4 home games, as well as 3 of his last 4 against the Pacers, where he averaged 19.5 against the Pacers. Now, the Pacers are 28th in points against. If you know ball, you know how fast they play. They're really good at stopping the 3, so that's probably the only thing that makes me slightly nervous here. But CJ is just a high-volume shooter. I think he can still get his buckets in the paint, and I think 17.5 is a bit low in this matchup, as the Pelicans are at home, they're favorites, and there's 238 total projected points for this game. So there's going to be a lot of points in this game. I think he's going to contribute to that. He's averaging 31 minutes per game. So as long as he sees his 31 minutes, I can live with the result no matter what it is. So I'm taking CJ's over 17.5. I love it there. Now for my next pick, this is a shortened line. This is Cade Cunningham from the Pistons to go over 3.5 rebounds. He's done this in 7 games straight, averaging 5.2 boards per game. He's also done this in 7 of his last 8 games against the Cavs, averaging 6 per game, which is even better. He's also done this in 11 of his last 13 home games as well. So as I was doing my research on his rebounding line, I was wondering why it was so short. He's just gone over it a lot, and I really like it at 3.5. If you get it at 4.5, because the line's probably going to get juiced, honestly, I don't like it. I would actually recommend waiting for the alt lines to open and just taking it at 3.5. But if you're confident at 4.5, I mean, by all means, he's averaging 6 against the Cavs. Even though they are a great rebounding team, I think, once again, if he sees his minutes, which he averages 33 minutes per game, that's a lot of opportunities to get some boards. He's the main guy on the Pistons, so that's why I like this line at 3.5, and I recommend taking it there. But hopefully the lines go back, because that's how it opened. We'll see. Now for my third pick is another rebounding line. It's for Jason Tatum from the Celtics to go over 8.5 boards. He's done this in 5 games straight against the Mavs, averaging 12 rebounds per game against them. He's also done this in 3 of his last 4 home games, averaging 9, which is amazing. The Mavs are 29th in rebounds against, and I always say in my write-ups and in these videos, whenever the Mavs game is on, I automatically look at the opposition because they're a horrible rebounding team. So that's why I like Tatum, and I like it at 8.5. And the Celtics are at home here. They're favorites. He's the main man. I think he's going to get a lot of usage, and hopefully he gets those O boards. I think it's going to be one of those games where he's going to get a couple of those. And yeah, I think 8.5 is just too short for Tatum at home against the Mavs. Now, next is an actual result, which I haven't done on YouTube yet. I haven't really spoken about it. It's always been player props, but I'm taking the Warriors alt line to win minus 2.5. Now, the Warriors have won 10 of their last 12 matches. They have covered this line in 5 of their last 6. And the Warriors have won each of their last 7 road games, which is really important because if you know the Warriors, you know that that's a major concern. The Warriors are fully healthy, minus Wiggins, who's listed as game time decision, so Wiggins might not play. It's listed as a personal reason, so we don't know what that really means. He could play, he couldn't. I think either way, I still like this. I'm loving Klay Thompson coming off the bench. I think that's been great for them. And I'm loving CP3's return. Draymond and Steph are going to do what they do. And I also like them to win outright. So once again, if you can't get the alt line minus 2.5, I took it there for a bit more juice. I still like them to win outright. I'm probably going to throw that in a few of my multis anyway. And yeah, for my first head-to-head bet, I really hope they cash because I rarely do these bets and talk about them on YouTube. I just really like what the Warriors are doing right now. I feel as if they've had a meeting since CP3 came back and they're like, all right, now is the business end. Let's turn it up a level. And the Raptors, I don't think are going to be good enough to stop them today. Now for my last pick, we're going with Nikola Vucevic from the Bulls for 30 plus points plus rebounds. He's done this in 10 of his last 11 matches and 4 of his last 5 against the Bucks, as well as 4 of his last 5 home games. He's covered this line. He's also covered it in 5 of these home games where he averaged 34.8 per game, and the Bucks are 19th in points against and 17th in rebounds against. I like it much more at 30 plus. His line is actually set to 30.5, so I watered it down a little bit. I don't mind taking a few cents off to get it at 30 plus. It actually makes a difference stats wise because he's covered it a lot more. It's a pretty sharp line in that regard, but I still think if you can only get it at 30.5, it's still a really nice line to take. And yeah, I just got a feeling he's got a good game against the Bucks. The Bucks run a back-to-back, so that hopefully comes into a factor here for him and the Bulls. And I hope it's a competitive game where he plays the whole game throughout the end. And yeah, I just got a good feeling he's going to have a great game. So those are my 5 picks, guys. I'm going to just wrap up the video there nice and quick, hopefully. And thanks for the comments. Thanks for your DMs on Instagram. And just thanks for everything. We're going to have good days and bad days. Hopefully more good days. And hopefully this is a sweep. So yeah, Instagram is free. Telegram is free. Check me out. Subscribe. Show some love. And let's get them ticks. Cheers, boys.